college, 3 years at the Job Corps helping kids out, and of course, here we go, 18, 19 years. I'm thinking I'm living life pretty good, making good money, got kids of my own, and all of a sudden, just had some issues with my knee, and thought it was something a little small, never had been injured in my life, I was playing sports, and they checked my knee out thinking it was something different. Wound up going through that for like 5 months, a little scope that they did, never did rehab, never did come back like we thought, and doctors looked at it and said, hey, you know what, got something else going on, let's do some MRIs. So wound up doing the MRI and found out I had this big herniated disc in the middle of my back. 15 months later, which is where I'm at now, that I would be listed as a paraplegic. And what that means is when I came out of the hospital that I was not able to move weight. If you can't, leave the hospital, you gotta learn how to take care of yourself. You gotta learn how to, be able to maneuver in a wheelchair, get dressed, and all these things that I had to learn all over again that, we take for granted, getting up and moving your legs and stuff like that. And, I think 4 months later, I started seeing one little small thing that made a big difference to me is my toes started just to move, just a little bit, and that gave me a sign of hope. I said, man, you know what, this thing is, it's gonna be all right, because it's very small. But, like Reggie say, you take those small things and embrace them, and you build on it. And so that's what I did for the next, 2 months. So we're talking now, we're going about 6 months now, I'm starting to get some feeling. And, as you can see now, I'm extending, legs out, toes moving, I stay positive, and the reason I tell you about the sports and stuff, I want to relate to how I'm dealing with it is, I've been pushed when I was young at these guys' age. When it was time to run laps, when I was the fastest, I always wanted to be the fastest, and I always finished first, even though I could have came in last. But I always wanted to be first. When it was time to run laps, when it was time to do yo-yos and do all that stuff, I did all that hard work up front, which is paying off at some point in my life. Never thought I would have to use it in this situation, but that's kind of how I'm dealing with my situation. It's all the things that I've learned through sports. Sometimes your family won't be there when you're at the bottom, and I found that out. That my brother, I was in there 35 days. He came to see me on the 34th day. So that hit me hard when I had to talk about it. But that's life. That's how it is. Sometimes when you're at the bottom, you never know who's going to be there for you. It may be a friend, maybe a story I try to tell these kids is you never know who's going to help you out down the road when you're young. And it's the same thing with people. They didn't hesitate to help donate and say, hey, where do I need to send a check? Not hey, what's going on? They didn't even hesitate. So it's how you treat people too. It's kind of how it comes back to you.